What's going on, guys? Comfire Nate here again. I'm back. It's another week. Starting off, talking about Game of Thrones. There's not a whole lot of news going on about Game of Thrones. Now, something that did come out that I thought was a little interesting, that they already said it's very, very likely that Season 8 is going to be delayed. Even more so, to the point where it could be a whole year. So we might not get to see Season 8 next year in 2018. It might be 2019. But before we see Game of Thrones, now, what in the world, guys? I mean, we've already struggling enough. So I'm trying to think of what are the reasons for why they might decide to do that. Now, it could be that, honestly and truly, there's just so much going on that they want to put into that final season that's going to take them long. It's possible. But it's going to be reduced amount of episodes. You would think they'd be able to figure out a way to kind of compress it to be able to still give it to us next season. So, I don't know about that. Now, the other possibility is it's very likely that maybe they decided they want to take a little bit longer because maybe they also want to give George a little bit of time to maybe get that next book done and maybe even possibly, kind of give him a set idea for the finale, because I know he gave him kind of, talking points or main points for what's supposed to take place, but maybe even then he might decide he wants to change it or even more elaborate a little bit more on it. That's always possible. Now, the other possibility is they say, we don't want there to be a big delay in the hype for Game of Thrones. So we want to stretch it out another year so that the prequel series can start the very following year instead of there being a gap time. It's possible too. What do you guys think? What do you think what is the real reason behind the delay of Game of Thrones? Now, for me personally, I don't like the idea of waiting. I mean, we've already waited a long time for this season. And honestly and truly, I don't know if I can deal with waiting for any longer for Game of Thrones. Like, I just happened the other day to see a very small little thing that had a spoiler about what, I don't know if it's true, but it was spoilers related to what could happen the first episode or two of Game of Thrones, which for me, at this point, I don't want any more spoilers. I'm done with spoilers. I just want the show to come back on. But speaking of spoilers, something else that I thought was really interesting, which I've refused to read this. You know me, I like spoilers, but certain things when it comes to, I am not going to read spoilers about, and this was a very big spoiler, and this was supposedly leaked from an employee who got let go, who was disgruntled, who worked for Disney and LucasArts regarding the new Star Wars movie. And I was like, whoa. So listen. If you like spoilers and you like Star Wars and you don't care about being spoiled, supposedly there is a leak out there that breaks down the entire movie and all the main points of what's going to take place in The Last Jedi. So I'm just let you guys know, put that out there. Now, back to some of the stuff I told you I was going to talk about this week. I was going to talk about Fear. I was talking about Wonder Woman. First, I'm going to talk about Wonder Woman. I went and saw it. It was really good. It was really good. I loved it a lot. I was really hoping it was going to be good. I really wanted DC to have a win, and they did. It was very, very good. Wonder Woman was really good. If you like it, let me know if you saw it. I want to know what you guys thought about it. But overall, Wonder Woman was such a good movie. It was so good. Just had a lot of heart, a lot of feeling. A lot of what DC has missed in their other movies is what made this movie really good. And you could see just small details that really made the story come together, guys. So, and if you've ever watched the animated there's like an animated movie. I know it was on HBO a while back, but it's a Wonder Woman animated movie. If you watch that and then watch this, I'd watch the main movie first, but then go back and watch this, and you can kind of appreciate some of the ideas because they took the story in the movie and put it in the past, and this is kind of the story in the present. And it's kind of interesting to see the similarities and the differences between them. But I definitely suggest watching that animated short. Now, talking about Fear, if you didn't get to see it, me and Richie are going to try to do Sunday night after Fear, do a Facebook Live little back and forth talking about the show. And this week we got delayed. There were some power issues. And then we turned around and did it on Monday, and we still had some power issues, so the visuals don't look very good. But we're talking about it and kind of breaking it down a little bit. I'm not going to get into a lot of those details right here, but overall, Fear is looking pretty good. It really started picking up a little bit, and they did a few things that I felt was kind of annoying last season, which was it was real slow. It definitely picked up the pace, which is something that kind of gets me excited about it. But Fear is definitely looking good. Hopefully this season will really be the one that kind of sets them apart and really kind of builds that fan base that the first 2 seasons probably needed a little bit more of. But they've already been signed on for 4 seasons, so they're not going anywhere. I mean, they're riding that Walking Dead bandwagon. So I mean, if you don't like this show but you like Walking Dead, you probably have your reasons. You probably just don't connect with the characters as much. But I would say give it a shot, because at first I didn't care for it too much, but I'm starting to like it a lot more now. But overall, guys, that's all I got to talk about this week. Now, I'll be on vacation next week, so I'll be gone. I won't be able to do the thing this Sunday with Richie. I'm sure he'll have someone in there with him. And I'll be gone all next week, guys. So I will have, hopefully when I get back from vacation, I'll have double the amount of stuff to talk about. But overall, hope you guys have a good week, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.